Per usual in the KMAC, the theme for the second round of league play is revenge. And certainly today, the Mount Gilead Lady Indians are looking for some as they get set to take on an East Knox team that beat them by 20 plus the last time out. Here at home, despite the lower crowd, expect an exciting one here tonight as Mount Gilead looks to bounce back after a loss to the Bulldogs earlier on in the year. We'll have it for you here live and free on the OH Report next.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach.
Do it again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again. Brody, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
It's time for your Morrow County Jobs and Family Services pregame show as the Mount Gilead Lady Indians are back in action in Cray. We're going to be here quite a bit these next couple of weeks because Mount Gilead's got a lot of basketball to make up compared to the rest of the league. But here they are getting things started against an East Knox side that they're looking to avenge a 20-point loss to.
Yeah, it's been a strange season here in the KMAC, and especially with both squads that we're going to see today. But it's nice to see anybody in action after the horrific Fern that came flying through most of the state. So excited to get back in action and see if these girls get their rust off quickly.
And part of me didn't even know that there was a name for this storm until about a day or two ago. But yeah, Winter Storm Fern hit us pretty hard.
Fern. You're used to talking about the hurricanes and all that kind of stuff, but winter storms are making their own comeback.
Well, we're going to see if there's some flurries here tonight from three because both of these teams love to shoot it. And we'll talk about East Knox first coming in. Favorites, of course, taking down Mount Gilead as Mount Gilead sits at the top, at the bottom of the KMAC standings right now. But they're also on a 4-game slide just like these Lady Indians are.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams have been struggling recently, and it's kind of interesting with both teams as well. As East Knox had a great run right in the middle of the season when they won, I believe, 4 out of 6 games. They beat 2 teams that are tied for first in Centerburg and Loudonville, knocked off Heath in the non-conference game, and took down Mount Gilead by 25 in that whole stretch. But it's been all downhill since then.
Yeah, absolutely. I've not heard much since that 4-game losing streak, kind of the cultivation of that, losing to Northmore, Centerburg, Cardington, as you see on your screens, and not necessarily close in any of those games either. We'll see if that can change here in this one today. And then for player spotlight, Jasmine Smith, leading scorer for this team. They like to go with more of a balanced offense, but she is going to be a problem if they do come out here with a big win.
Yeah, she's almost a double-double machine, points and rebounds. And as you stated, very balanced. 4 kids averaging between 7 and 9 points a game on this East Knox Lady Bulldogs team.
So Jasmine, one of 2 seniors on this East Knox team. We're going to step aside. Mount Gilead, we'll talk about them after this break as the national anthem takes over the gym.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Wrapping up your pregame show as tip-off is just a few moments away here from the reservation. The Mount Gilead Lady Indians taking on East Knox, and an influx of Mount Gilead girls basketball coming up because they've got a lot of home games remaining here in the season with a short window to get them all in. So just kind of bringing you up to speed on Mount Gilead girls basketball because it has been a while for us here on the OH Report. They sit on a 4-game skid right now, but a 5-9 season right now has them, actually it should be 6-8 season, 2-7 in the league, has them in an interesting spot.
Yeah, they're a hard team to figure out. Quite frankly, their record 2-7 is not indicative of how well they've played. I mean, they average 44 points a game, average giving up 46, 47. So they're right there in many, many close games. And they've got 2 of the top 10 scorers in the league. And it's just surprising to see what the record is. But maybe getting a lot of action here before the tournaments is going to be really good for them. And maybe they can creep out of the bottom of the pack here in the KMAC.
And one of those top 10 scorers you mentioned, Danielle Polcati, the third leading scorer. My goodness, it's been a couple of days here, folks. But Danny's averaging about 16 points per game, also shooting it well from the field, 43%.
Yeah, absolutely. She shoots also 30% from the three-point line. And one thing East Knox needs to avoid against this Mount Gilead team with Polcati and I believe it's Kendall Neal.
Yeah,
is they both can make their free throws. Polcati 66%. And Kendall Neal, 71%, one of the best in the conference.
Kendall also one of the better passers in program history, as she broke the assist record early on in the season, 13 assists in one of their first home games of the year. And then Danny on the other end is one of the best scorers they've ever seen with 37 points in that very same game. So they both broke records in one single game this year.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. So they can keep that video for a lifetime. It was an excellent night for both.
So first quarter just about set to go, but before we get to that, let's go ahead and talk about keys to victory for both of these teams. And I think for East Knox, you just got to find that inner dog. It has lost to you in these last couple of games, but you know that you can win with the best of them.
Oh, absolutely. And in the secondly, you light it up from long range because they love to shoot the three, and maybe just keep the pace like they like it, and it's slow.
So for East Knox, they'll be looking to do those two things. We get to Mount Gilead at the next dead ball because we're about to tip it off. A rougher toss from the official. Everybody's still kind of getting settled in here as we've had 4 days now of pretty much no basketball.
Yeah, no basketball, and the officials still rusty as well, just like you said.
So East Knox will start with the basketball, wearing their away purples to match Mount Gilead's bleachers here. So Melina Strebe will hand it off here. Give off to Chloe Tucker. Bostic dribbles past Balt, takes one at the free throw line. Shot no good. Rebound by Polcati, and she'll hold it out, wait for some numbers. Kendall Neal now with the basketball. 6-8 on this season for this Mount Gilead team. 2-7 in KMAC play. They sit dead last, which was not somewhere that many people expected them to be, as we've got a foul on the ball.
Yeah, the overall record's 1-6-8. Mount Gilead and East Knox is 6-9, so pretty equal teams. Just it was kind of interesting how the one game got away that they played the first time.
Kenley Traynor lets that go out of bounds as it was tipped by Smith. Mount Gilead, a team that has been known for the last couple of years to have great offenses, has evaded them in these last few games.
Yeah, like we were talking before the game, they were averaging over 60 points a game through the first 4 games of the year. And I think they've only hit 43 as their high from that point on.
Neal off a screen looking for Baltz, who sits on the right wing. The sophomore gives it away to Irwin, who's bumped. No foul call. We continue to move. Minute gone here in this first quarter. Smith switches, nearly gets the steal, deflected that pass from Neal. Polcati drives, kicks. Traynor out of nowhere makes the catch. Balt around the screen. Great closeouts here from East Knox.
Yeah, they're playing a really nice, aggressive, high man-to-man defense.
And then
been very effective.
Game. Two-man game thwarted by East Knox. Its last touch by the Lady Bulldogs. Will stay here.
So if you're not going to be able to score much, like East Knox is having trouble scoring, you got to play some great defense in order to stay in some of these ball games.
Still a scoreless game, a minute and a half to go, or a minute and a half into this game. Lob over the top, Smith could not save it before it touched out of bounds.
I think a lot of the kids are a little rusty from the long break. They're a little bit sloppy out here right now. We've only had one shot attempt.
Yeah, because
here in the whole first minute and 40.
This is the first game we've had and since Friday last week, and you got to wonder how many practices have these split teams gotten in.
That's the thing, is did they even get to school to practice? And you might be correct that they have been very limited. And it's amazing. It's not like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You got to stay on the court and get a lot of minutes in.
Mount Gilead, before East Knox arrived, they arrived a little late today. They kind of walked through a couple of plays, just a refresher. You could kind of tell that they had not been in practice very much as of late, as we see trainer miss a bunny inside. And you got to wonder, East Knox, maybe why they were late is because they went through a little run through before they hit the bus.
Yeah, could have been.
Smith crossover inside, draws a foul, and it looks like trainer's going to pick it up. We'll have 2 shots here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, first free throws of the game. I think both teams shooting about 51% in the season for East Knox, 54% for Mount Gilead. So the more opportunities you can get to the stripes with the clock stopped and score, it's a good thing for both teams.
First shot's a swish for Jasmine Smith. Mentioned it in our pregame show. She's the leading scorer for this team, 9 points per game. And the second shot as well is a swish.
Just outside of the top 10 in scoring in the league is Jasmine Smith. Full court press here by East Knox.
And it works. Bulldogs get the steal with Tucker. She'll find Bostic on the right wing. Had some space to shoot, decides to keep it going here for this Bulldog offense.
Yeah, East Knox is never in a hurry to shoot, that's for sure. They're very patient.
East Knox, you said it before we kind of went on the air. This is the slowest paced team in the league, going up against the fastest team in Mount Gilead.
Yeah, so pace could dictate the success in this game.
Also seeing a 2-3 as Smith shoots over it and knocks it through.
5 points. It's a Jasmine Smith show.
Already halfway to her average. And a timeout by Coach Danielle Bolt, as Mount Gilead will draw something up against this press that we're seeing on the other side by the Bulldogs.
It's interesting how styles make games. You can throw the records out after East Knox beat them by 25 last time, which is very surprising. But we'll see. I think we saw it in the Centerburg and Loudonville girls game there a couple weeks ago, where Centerburg lost to Loudonville earlier in the year, had a revenge game at home against them, still couldn't find a way to fix what the problem is against that team. So sometimes it is style make games, and it's difficult for opponents to change that.
Absolutely. Well, Cray, I got a question for you. Are you comfy in that chair right now? Are you comfy in these bleachers?
Oh, what's the give?
Well, the give is that we're going to be right back here on Saturday. So Mount Gilead taking on Cardington right here as the Battle of 42 will go down. Make sure to join us this Saturday evening. It'll be a 7:30 game there on that Saturday.
Yeah, we could always just order Uber Eats for the next couple days.
I mean, I
keep our spot warm.
I could bring a sleeping bag. I got one in my car, I believe. Bolt steps to the side, wild shot, taken in by Tucker. 5-0 run to start here out of East Knox.
Neither team looking much inside for any kind of low post action. Everything seems to be around the perimeter.
Tucker curling around a screen, cut off. They'll have to go to Smith instead. Not a bad second option as she's got all 5 points here in this first. Strebe, that pass taken away. Polcati reaches in, grabs it with 2 hands.
Polcati averaging 16 points a game, has yet to get a shot off.
Got to wonder if she'll look for her own shot here if she gets the basketball back. Thought about taking it.
Yes, I think she could have got away with a nice 3-point attempt there if she wouldn't have dribbled. So she hesitated off the dribble, allowed the defender to close out on her, so she had to give it up.
And then Neal passes this one into a crowd, tipped out by Smith.
Been a lot of deflections this game already by East Knox. It's impressive defense right now.
Yeah, head coach Ron Looney, very good basketball mind in Knox County, comes back to lead this team after Mandy Todd stepped out. So they were looking for a new coach. Ron Looney stepped up and said, hey, I'll do it.
And doing it well.
Ball. Offensive rebound, floats one up, no good. And look who's there. Cassidy Irwin just could not get the finish, and this ball last off East Knox.
Another deflection in there, so Mount Gilead 0 for 4 from the field, but winning the rebound battle 5-1.
It's a very brief stint from Paisley Lilly, the freshman. Hardly noticed she was in, but I see her getting high fives, taking herself over to the bench.
She must have had one job and did it well.
Kendall splits a double, out to Polcati. Now she'll get a shot off, in and out.
Yeah, she found almost all the rim on that one.
But look at Irwin. First points of the day for Mount Gilead. But the one thing to note, it came 5 minutes into the game.
Absolutely. Irwin can be kind of a surprise third scorer for the team if they can get the ball inside. It's one of the better rebounders in the league as well.
Smith off a few screens, Euro step inside, but a travel.
Yeah. Took a little bit of liberties on the steps there.
That kind of slid that left foot, at least that's what I saw.
Yeah, I think that's what he probably had to call on that. It's kind of funny when you do a Euro step and they get in your way.
Yeah.
you're kind of stuck in the middle of nowhere.
You're either getting the foul or you're getting called for a travel, and usually it's the latter.
Turnover by Mount Gilead.
Take a look at this again as Trainer was fighting for the ball.
The official letting a little contact go there, which is always great.
Just one foul each for both teams here, just about 6 minutes into this first quarter. Again, today it's a varsity-only event, no JV. Starting a little early, East Knox's transportation wanted to feel a little bit more comfortable getting back tonight.
Yeah, I think we're gonna lose 6-7 degrees while we're sitting here watching the game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it has been frigid these last couple of days, hence why this is our first game since Friday night, you and I. Polcati gets a steal. 2-on-1 the other way. Irwin's gonna score all 4 points here to start for Mount Gilead. Great dime.
I have to look up her stats here at halftime and see what. I just don't think she gets a lot of shots off, but I think she has a pretty good field goal percentage.
Look at this transition offense. However, it finishes with a Chloe Tucker steal.
That's Mount Gilead at their best when they can run with the basketball.
I got to wonder, Bulldogs, are they going to lull them to sleep here tonight?
What's interesting is last time they played, they didn't lull anybody to sleep. They scored 53 points, which is their high of the year. Irwin having her way inside today. That's 7 rebounds to 1 for Mount Gilead.
Straight line drive, Bostic with a bump, no call, and it looks like Kylie Whipple going to lose the ball out of bounds, but will stay here.
I'm saying that's 5 or 6 times we've had the ball knocked out by East Knox one way or another. Whole lot of deflections going on out there. One of a few people who keeps that kind of a stat. They love deflections defensively.
Trainer catches the inbound. They were looking for Polcati. Thought she was open. They'll go to Kendall instead. Top of the key, no good. 52 seconds left and counting. Strebe, last second, found an open girl inside. It's now back outside, and Smith cannot get the three. Bostic rebound, and it's now falling out of bounds for the Bulldogs.
It's going to stay here.
But Riley Stevens was open for a layup, decided not to shoot it. Passed up a good shot for a pretty good shot outside.
Those are the ones you don't want to pass up. But they did get the good look with their leading score there from the three.
You hear the pass, a good shot for a great shot. That was a great shot for a good shot. Smith, trigger happy from deep. She's had one drop, missed that one.
1 for 4 from three-point line, and a steal.
And in transition, Strebe leaks out. She'll get the layup. First player not named Jasmine Smith to hit the scoreboard.
A little steal and nice transition pass off that steal. Oh, goodness.
Irwin storming her way through. Polcati tried to set the screen. And then at the horn here, Kendall Neal could not get the bucket to go. And Mount Gilead will trail by 3 as we head into the second quarter of action. Low scoring first. We'll be back with the rest of this one on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
And welcome back here on the OH Report. Jonathon, Langdon, Cray, Falde, East Knox, Mount Gilead. Girls hoops getting us back in the swing of things.
Hopefully things will warm up in the gym here. That first quarter was pretty cold in the shooting aspect of the game.
To match the temperatures outside. So the AC or the heating unit has not really settled in here in the gym quite yet. Of course, schools have been closed, and Mount Gilead specifically has been closed all week, and they will stay closed for the rest of the week because there's a snow day tomorrow.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do trying to make up all those days, but I hope it's all good for the kids.
I hope they enjoyed that extra spring break because I know for sure when I was in school, I never got those.
Yeah, the calendar has changed over the years with high school as far as academic and hours and all that good stuff.
Smith was hot in that first quarter. She has the basketball here. 5 points, scored the first 5 points of the game.
Yeah, I think she had 5 points in the first about 3 minutes, and it's gone scoreless since.
Strebe maneuvers the offense. Gives away to Stevens, and her pass stolen. Polcati. She'll score her first 2 of the game. I'll make it a 1-point contest.
Yeah, pretty lazy pass the last time down here.
Strebe relocates. Stevens. Another cross-court pass. Running up to it was Fawcett. And Fawcett finds a cutting Smith. That ball deflected. Strebe picks up the loose change. Back down to Smith. She'll force the issue for a foul. So back to the free throw line goes Jasmine.
She made both the first trip here to the free throw line.
Misses the first. The second free throw will be to equal the score from Mount Gilead. Would give her 6.
Very quiet gym today.
And it'll make it 8-6. It feels like everything that we're saying is being heard by everybody in this gym.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of times.
Hey, we'll keep it positive. It'll be all right.
8-6 Bulldogs on the road. In a matchup where last time out, East Knox won 53-28. Floodgates opened, especially in the second half. We'll see if it's a similar thing here today as Tucker fighting with Bolts, cannot get the steal. Neal tried to sneak one in.
More and more deflections out there. East Knox, excellent man-to-man defense right now.
There's another deflection. Back and forth play. Neal steps into a 3. No good. Rebound inside, and Brandon will draw some free throws.
Would be Mount Gilead's first chance at the free throw line this evening. Trying to tie the score here.
There's a lot of good freshmen for this Mount Gilead team, at least some say where you see flashes of potential. Charlie Brandon, certainly one of them. She goes in and out on the free throw. She just seems to gravitate wherever the basketball is on the glass.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the record is, but in looking at some numbers today, I believe their JV team has a really good record.
Yeah.
I have to look that up at halftime again.
I believe they are 12-1, something in that sort of realm. I know they've only lost one game. And their JV, of course, no contest today. Just a varsity event here tonight.
I think it's more of a numbers thing because of East Knox having just a few freshmen.
Tucker finds a flashing Strebe. Great play.
Wow. That looked designed and everything.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the thing of beauty right there.
Caught in stride, easy layup. And the thing is, it wasn't an easy layup. That was a pretty tough one as Neal steps in. She's 0 for 3 from range, but Brandon right there, as we said, for that rebound. Neal cuts through, up and under. And Strebe brings in the rebound. Nice balance on the baseline.
Neal having a difficult day from the field right now.
A rough pass right to Danny. Bolt catches top of the key, swings it near side wing to the block. Irwin's had her way today. Can't bank that one home. And Tucker brings up the break. Fawcett in the corner. The lefty is fouled.
Only the second foul of the quarter there against Mount Gilead. Only one on East Knox.
So 3 fouls for Mount Gilead in the game, 2 for East Knox.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing Ava a little bit more aggressive than what we've seen her tonight so far.
Lily throws it away. Polcati. There's no questions about her aggressiveness as she finds Brandon, and Charlie's going right back to where she was a few minutes ago.
Hopefully with a little more success this time. Both teams with 2 fouls here halfway through the second quarter.
Can't get that one. Just more of a line drive right now towards the rim.
Yeah, she needs a little more arch. The flatter your shot, the more or less forgiving the rim's going to be for you. More rotation on the basketball as well.
Things she'll learn, just a freshman. Ooh, in and outs. Thought for sure she would at least salvage one of those, but just the rim not being too nice there.
No.
Strebe was going to fake the handoff and then lost the basketball out of bounds.
Well, it's been an interesting second quarter for East Knox. Mount Gilead had 6 turnovers, though only 1 for East Knox, and now it's tied at 6.
Yeah.
So 5 turnovers here in the second quarter.
This one goes off the foot of Fawcett.
Yep.
So reset for Mount Gilead right towards us. New substitution in for MG. McKinley Bump, another freshman, number 21 in white.
Mount Gilead has quite a few more shot attempts, but they've only made the 3 to this point.
Brandon back to Danny. Danny with 3.5 to go. We'll watch the clock and continue to operate. Pick and roll. Finding Irwin. She caught it a little too far away from herself. Took a couple extra steps.
This is a nice give and go.
I mean, that's ideal right there when you're looking at Irwin. Just got to make the catch.
Yeah.
That's textbook. And then with this, it looks like we'll see an official timeout. Clock didn't run.
Looks like the clock operator was taking a nap. Nah. Just an easy mistake. Interesting how the official will catch that, you know?
Yeah. So they'll run it 3 seconds. Whipple comes back into the game. That for Mount Gilead. Strebe catches in a rougher spot, finds Tucker, and she is fouled. Third foul on Mount Gilead in the quarter. That'll go on bump.
Yeah, 2 more fouls, and East Knox will be in the bonus.
And then timeout, Coach Looney. First one of the game. So EK will take it. 3-2 second quarter. Seems like early on in the quarters, that's when things start to get a little slow, but then last 3 minutes, which is what we're entering into right now, there could be some fireworks.
Yeah, a little bit, especially when you get this kind of foul action. You might get some more free throws. East Knox, at this point, only, although they've got the lead, they've only shot the ball 9 times the whole game. And whereas Mount Gilead looks like they've got about 14 shots up, only making 3. Both teams with 3 field goal makes. Only 1 3-pointer today for either team, and that was by Jasmine Smith of East Knox. I believe second shot of the game.
A lot of games getting rescheduled, especially in the league. So, of course, we were able to get this one in here on Thursday from Saturday, but a couple of other games that were rescheduled on Saturday in the KMAC have been moved to the very end of the regular season. So it changes some things in the KMAC race, but really the big matchups that we're looking forward to decide the KMAC championship are going to be this Saturday, and one of them is going to be that Fredericktown game against Centerburg at Fredericktown coming up on Saturday. So if you're interested in seeing how this very funky KMAC girls KMAC standings race is going to finish out, that's a game to keep an eye on.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the best games of the year for sure. And now Loudonville's going to have to keep their card, their suit, and follow along with wins. Loudonville controls their own destiny. They don't play either. I don't believe they play Fredericktown or Centerburg the rest of the way. So,
but they still have tough games. I believe they've got Northmore on the schedule, and they got Danville.
Yeah, Northmore's 7-5, and Danville's no fluke.
The Danville game for Loudonville was the one I believe got moved, like most of the others on Saturday. Neal in a trap. Great job by the Bulldogs, but lobbed over the top, and Danny was ready.
Back-to-back exchanging turnovers, and again.
And Tucker runs away from the pack, and this time it'll be finished off. Bulldogs double the score of Mount Gilead after a rough stretch there by the Lady Indians.
Setting up that 2-2-1 full-court press.
Oh, great save by Smith. Yes. Gets the steal. Bulldogs pushing the pace.
Yeah, Mount Gilead with 5 consecutive turnovers here.
Fawcett to Bostic, looking to go baseline, cut off by Brannon. And back out top. 2 minutes to go here in the second. East Knox threatening to run away here at the final 2 minutes.
Yeah, they've made their last 3 shots, 2 of them on fast break layups after steals.
Back to Bostic, full head of steam, steps through, but of travel.
Steps through before, steps after. Yeah.
I didn't think it looked as bad as you were making it sound like.
I thought it might have been 3.5 steps. It looked like 2.5. And maybe not even that.
That's an NBA. That's a clean NBA play.
That's LeBron all the way.
Strebe steal, looking for Bostic. Good recovery by Traynor.
Boy, these turnovers coming quickly for Mount Gilead. Girls are a little confused there. Ref was pointing the correct way. They lined up incorrectly.
Lob over top. Fawcett makes the catch. A lot of dribble handoffs for the Bulldogs in this quarter. There's 2 more. A reverse course. Tucker open for 3. Missed it off to the right. Fight for the ball on the ground is going to be a jump between Bostic and Danny. Will go the other way. Gotta love it whenever you say something and just right on cue.
Yeah, it just happens.
A lot of handoffs. Oh, there's 2 more.
And a very nice little press breaker right there.
Yeah, Mount Gilead doing everything they can to get it to the middle of the floor. Did it a few times there. Ball back to Trainer. Gives it off. Polcati lost her footing, but a travel.
Yeah, you almost think it was nerves out there. I think it is just rust. Just a lot of turnovers here, especially in the second quarter. Now East Knox is going into a 2-2-1 press, full court, their first time of the night.
Fawcett sees a lane, takes it, stripped. Danny falls on the floor, gets the steal, and we've got a jump. Arrow towards East Knox. Just not quick enough maybe to call some timeouts. I thought Danny had some time to call for one.
And Mount Gilead just not getting anything going on the offensive end with these 13 turnovers. I think they only average maybe 19 a game total.
Kick to the corner, Strebe, catch and shoot way off. And Polcati's fouled 90 feet away from the rim.
Those are the ones that frustrate you. But not in the bonus yet, so you're all good. Both teams have a foul to give. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Mount Gilead key here. Just don't turn the ball over. Let's get a shot up.
Yes.
It's been a while since they've attempted a shot.
Polcati flashes middle. Looking for a pass to the block. That's tipped out by Smith.
Another deflection. East Knox was wanting a turnover on that one for traveling on Polcati, but to no avail.
2-2 stack. Kendall has to find something. Finds a purple jersey. 20 seconds left. Coach Looney yells the command. Final shot.
Coach Balt's got to be very disappointed here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. They haven't gotten even a shot off at all.
Yeah. Strebe attacks, banks it in.
Strebe looked very confident on that. Right at the end of the half.
And the buzzer sounds. Mount Gilead held to 6 in this first half by a very, very solid East Knox defense. As we head to the break, 14-6. East Knox on the road looking for a sweep of Mount Gilead in the league.
Hi, I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into him, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach.
Do it again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Baroni, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
Local sports deserve to be done right. We're built for the communities that support the game. This isn't about one season. Every season matters because every game tells a story, and those stories don't stop at the final buzzer. We're here for every moment, big or small. Watch anytime, anywhere on your schedule, and it's always free to watch. This is the future of local sports. This is the OH Report.
Shout out to our sponsors bringing you Mount Gilead basketball here today on the OH Report. Morrow County Job and Family Services. Call the number in the description or visit their location in Mount Gilead to see what services are available for your family at 419-947-9111. Also, shout out to Eight Sisters Bakery located at exit 151 just off 71 North in Mount Gilead. Also, Mike Sayers Farms. Mike Sayers Farms is a local farm family. Mike farms with his 4 sons and specializes in grain farming and raising beef and pork. They sell meat directly from their farm to your table. You can call 419-210-0322 for any inquiries. Laborers Local 1216. Feel the power of local union 1216, serving members in North Central Ohio with workplace safety, protection, training, and more. You can find out more online on our website and Facebook page in the description. Avita Home Health and Hospice, providing high-quality community health care and improving the quality of health in families throughout their lifespan. Also, the Killbuck Savings Bank. Since 1900, KSB has been proud to serve our community with dedication, integrity, and a commitment to your financial success. And then finally, a shout-out to Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community. We'll step aside. Low-scoring first half. We'll have your scoring recap up next. Also, some numbers coming up on the OH Report. It's halftime, folks. It's time for your halftime show presented to you by Morrow County Jobs and Family Services. Jonathon Langdon alongside Cray Falde. Shout out to Dylan Farrell as well, your camera operator here today. And East Knox, just like they did against Mount Gilead in the first meeting, jumping out to a solid lead here. They're up by 8, low-scoring first half. Mount Gilead, they've turned the ball over a bunch. We'll see those numbers specifically here on your screen. But, Cray, outside of the turnovers, what else are you seeing?
Well, I'm not seeing the pace, from Mount Gilead if they're going to be the fastest-paced team in the league. We're not seeing it tonight at all. In fact, I would have to say that East Knox had a little bit better pace overall and got a couple fast break baskets. You've only got 6 points in the whole first half.
Yep.
And I honestly don't know what the exact time was, but I'd say at least the last 4 to 5 minutes, Mount Gilead didn't even make one shot attempt whatsoever. So you got to be more aggressive. You got to take it to them. And I think a full court press, I might even go man to man, and I'd go towards the basket on almost every dribble. Try to get yourself to the foul line. You got to make something happen to get to the free throw line or to get some baskets.
And then you got to knock them down, too. They're 0 for 4 from the line. East Knox is 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Neither team has really established a three-ball quite yet. We did see one from Jasmine Smith at the very beginning of the game, but outside of that for East Knox, not much going there either.
Yeah. Both teams combined 1 for 10 when it comes to three-point line. Mount Gilead hurt themselves just a little bit at the free throw line when the freshmen went 0 for 4. They are winning the rebounding battle 12-6, as you can see on the screen. But it's those 14 turnovers. And I remember we were talking during the second quarter when it was 6 turnovers to 6. They had 8 turnovers from that point forward. The jinx of the color commentary, guys.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, and it's everybody is just a little bit on edge today. I think we've kind of figured that out very quickly in this game, of course. Officials, us upstairs even, and players and staff, everybody just trying to get back into the swing of things. Of course, both of these schools have been out of school this entire week, and that will continue tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like a wake-up game for everybody here.
And it's very interesting because it's towards the end of the season, because this is where you want everybody to be playing at their absolute prime in the year, and that's just not what we're seeing.
Yeah, we're not seeing it just yet, but hopefully get some more action here in the second half.
Bostic, nice baseline drive. There's a nice jumper to start us off. Bulldogs lead by 10.
They have made 5 of their last 7 shots from the field, so very efficient.
Quick shot from Baltz. That hits off of the shoulder of Trainer out of bounds. So the question now becomes, does East Knox lock it in and get us rolling here with a big lead, or does Mount Gilead make a stand?
Yeah, Mount Gilead's going to have to make a stand by scoring. They have scored a couple times already, but you can't give those up.
Chloe Tucker, easy look inside. Both teams putting on full court pressure.
Well, we talked about Styles making games, and the last time East Knox beat Mount Gilead pretty decisively, and it looks like it might happen again.
Ball sidestep, no good. Strebe calls out the play. We'll see that slower pace that we bragged about with East Knox. As Bostic can't take the hit. I don't think Jasmine even meant to give that to her.
I don't think Bostic wanted that ball something fierce. It's like Quinshawn Junkins taking it from Shador Sanders right there.
Oh, gosh. Don't even get me started about those Cleveland Browns. I'm not even a Browns fan, but.
Well, now we got a little Ravens coaching action coming to town.
Things aren't going well in the AFC North. They've got to take from some of the best. I'm not even a Ravens fan either, and I'm saying that.
I don't really know if it would have mattered who they got. We'll find out, though.
Strebe fakes the give. Looks for Bostic, curls around. Tough shot off glass, can't get it to go. And a jump ball. Nice job by Smith diving in to fight for the rebound. The arrow goes towards Mount Gilead, but she did not foul. That's a big thing. Because it looked like the angle she was coming in, I thought she could have easily fouled.
Yeah, it could have been easy for the official to do one of those pre-calls.
Yeah.
Blow the whistle and then say, uh-oh.
Neal cut off well by Strebe.
Yeah, They've gotten 3 shots off here in the second half, just haven't been able to connect yet. But only 6 points. And another turnover.
Danny's pass was tipped as she was going for Trainer on the pick and roll. Smith catches in stride, and it looks
double
like
dribble here.
Yeah, double dribble. East Knox fans arguing it was tipped.
Yeah, might have been. I think she still had control of the ball.
Yeah.
Though.
Mount Gilead's offense held to a standstill right now. 6 points, and they've not scored yet here in this third quarter.
I don't know, if I just get on the one side of the court and run a 2-man game, that's about to be the best way to get something going.
Neal will try again. There it is. Asking you shall receive.
There's the Kendall Neal we're used to seeing.
She's 1 for 5 from beyond the arc, able to get that one to fall.
Yeah, anybody who shoots 71% from the free throw line, I want her shooting from the outside.
Just like Smith. Great response. Well, Jasmine was our player spotlight today. It looks like she may be your MVP candidate #1 in this contest.
Yeah, she's got a good ball game going both sides of the court.
Danny's bumped by Bostic.
That'll be first foul of the second half.
So that'll be Bostic's second. Lob over the top, looking for Irwin. She's got 4 points today. Could not make it 6 there. And Fawcett, the track star, kicks it out. Bostic, long 2. Off the rim, and look who runs out the rebound.
So Ava's a track star. Is she a sprinter?
Yeah, sprinter. You saw it right there, too. However, a little wild on the shot, and Smith loses it out last off, I think, her teammate. Take a look at this again, thanks to Mike Sayers' farm. Yeah, I think Tucker got in her own way.
Yeah. I have to check out that Sayers farm meet.
Yeah. Over in Mount Gilead. Great partners with us here at the OH.REPORT. Of course, a lot of their kids have come through the athletic programs here. Bump loses the basketball. Still stays with Tucker somehow. She'll leak it out to the corner. And Isabel rings it in. We'll see the Bulldogs set up some more offense. Coach LiUNA, you just know this is where he loves to be. He loves to show off his plays.
That's it.
And get some successful looks here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, we've been practicing this, and I want to see it. I want to see it executed live.
I mean, look at it. The man in the yellow shirt at the top, just arms crossed, looking at his work. As Tucker retreats, gets it out. Fawcett, nice pass, and Lily just could not finish. Trainer to Danny. And Danny this time will take it herself. Great defense. Just one foul here in this quarter with 2:44 to go in the third.
We're going for the fastest game of the year contest.
I know.
Here.
Off the side of the backboard. And really, I think only one timeout's been called too, and it was by East Knox. Bump. Open for 3. Can't get it to go. Irwin the rebound. Another opportunity. Bump. Extra pass. Looks for the best shooter. Oh. And then a jump ball as Irwin fights for it with Fawcett.
It's kind of interesting when you have 20 people in the stands. You always get to hear those 1 or 2.
Yeah.
they're out there officiating on every play.
Now, there's a lot watching with us live in free. Many that decided, hey, roads still aren't the greatest.
Yeah.
Let's just watch it on the OH.REPORT, which we're glad to provide.
Yeah. I think the temperature's as bad as the snow we got.
And you get to be like that guy and talk even more
That's
from the comfort of your own living room. Great job by Strebe letting that go all the way to the backcourt. Under 2 minutes now. Toss to Smith, leading the scoring, I believe, with 8 at this point. As she finds Strebe. Floater in the lane.
Hey, what? Strebe's having a nice game as well.
Yeah, both Strebe and Smith kind of rubbing off of each other here in this contest. Neal, a couple nice ball fakes, but not a real end result. She'll go to Polcati, stuck in a spot.
I'm surprised they didn't call travel on that. I agree with the fans on that one.
Bump left wing. Keeps the arm up after the shot. Felt good out of the hand.
That's a follow through, right?
Oh, yeah.
That or she's waiting for somebody to high five her, one of the two.
Looked like Kendall was about to go for the high five, but then she put it down. Under a minute now. 23-12 as East Knox on the road leads it by nearly a dozen. Smith trying to make it a 14-point lead. And that she does.
She's having a game tonight. She's having a game. She wants to get that average over 10.
Danny Euro steps. Off the back iron, no. Irwin saves it last off of Mount Gilead.
Ooh,
or at least that's what I thought.
An instant replay on that one.
Yeah, we'll show you again. I thought certainly. See, now my eyes are playing tricks on me.
Yeah, you can always be like the official. Hey, somebody got in my way. Somebody got in my way. It's a tough vantage point from this angle over to that corner.
Well, nonetheless, ball does not lie, apparently. Fawcett dances through. Ooh, nearly a nice finish. But look who's there for the board. Smith gets not one but 2 offensive rebounds. And then tussles with Trainer. 14 seconds left here in the third. Mount Gilead will take the basketball back. And we'll see East Knox line up in a 1-3-1.
Trying not to let him get a quick shot off. Make it harder for him.
Polcati right at the midcourt line.
Ooh, a jump ball is called.
And the arrow's towards East Knox now. 3.8 on the clock. Coach Looney talking to Jasmine. Maybe they'll look for her here.
Yeah, with only 3 seconds left, it'd be fair to just say, hey, throw it inside to Jasmine, see what she can do with it. Even if you turn it over, they're not going to score from 90 feet away.
Strebe catches it, baseline drive, tough angle. Hits off the side of the backboard, and that will do it for this third.
She did a Michael Jordan on that one.
Oh, yeah. 26-12, Bulldogs jump out there in that third quarter. They won that quarter 12-6. As we'll take a break, come back here on the OH Report for Money Time.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
And we are back here for this fourth quarter. It's money time on the OH Report. Bulldogs lead it 26-12 here on the road as they look to stay towards the middle of the pack of the standings. Of course, a very contested KMAC this season. Bulldogs not really in any title conversations, but still they've been one to really help this race get interesting with a couple of wins against some really good teams in the league. However, here they are looking to try to snap a 4-game losing streak here against Mount Gilead.
What do they say? That defense travels, and it sure has tonight. And kudos to them, as there's one more deflection.
Cray, tell me what you were talking about during the break. Of course, both of these teams wanted to get out and run after a 14-6 halftime score.
Yeah, there was 26 shots taken total in the first half alone, and there was 25 in the third quarter. So I think both coaches were talking about moving the ball a little quicker in the second half.
Polcati had a great look inside, just could not finish. It's kind of been the summary of her day.
Yeah, when she's off and can't get Neil going either. It's going to be a tough night for Mount Gilead.
Give up top. Stevens dances around. Great defense by Neal. Strebe gets the basketball. Kicks to the corner. The lefty open. Fawcett, wild shot. And it ends up in a tussle again with Trainer.
He'll stay here.
So quickly try to sneak this one in. KMAC standings are as you see it there. 5th place, East Knox sits. Mount Gilead there at the bottom.
East Knox, 2 games behind Northmore, 2 or 3 games?
Yeah.
Potential to maybe get into the top half with some great basketball
and yes,
here in the next 2 weeks.
Somebody has to be at the bottom of the standings, but Mount Gilead very clearly does not look like a team that could stay down there.
No, I think they've got opportunities. We thought they did before this game, but they can get a couple more wins, I'm sure, at the end of the year.
Neal inside, rises up, gives it off. Brannon throws up a prayer, does not get answered with a foul.
Yeah, they're letting them play out here, that's for sure. A little bit of bouncing going on. Not too much reaching.
Stevens to Smith. No good. Balt the rebound. And Bailey's in a trap. Needs some help. And a timeout.
Coach Balt with a timeout, making sure that they didn't get a foolish turnover right there.
If I'm doing my numbers correct, that's their first time out of the game.
It may be. She might have had one right near the first part of the game. I can't remember.
But nonetheless, down by 14. You're kind of surprised by that, but here we are in the fourth. A lot of timeouts to their disposal if things get close.
And we've had one foul the whole second half.
Yep.
So nobody's near the bonus right now, which is to the detriment of the home team. The Lady Indians are going to need to get to the free throw line to be able to get back into this. And 5 fouls from bonus.
Make sure to stay with us here on the OH Report the next couple of days as sports get back into the swing of things during this winter break we had for Winter Storm Fern. Tomorrow, full action. KMAC-tion will continue. Not with us, though. Kirk will be over at Centerburg to watch the Trojans take on Cardington. Mansfield Christian will play Lucas in an old NBC game at Lucas. And then I will be heading up to Ashland to my old stomping grounds. I will be watching the Hillsdale Falcons play a tough WCAL game against Chippewa, a team that has risen in stock in these last couple of weeks after topping off the top team in the league in Norway. Polcati misses a bunny inside. It's been a rough day for Mount Gilead on the offensive glass.
Yeah, the Wayne County League is pretty strong this year, and the boys especially.
Oh, yeah.
Got some really good talent. Norwayne, Waynedale, Chippewa, Hillsdale.
I think that it's the equivalent to what we're seeing in this KMAC girls race. As there's a mid-range jumper from Bostic.
It's first goal in 6 tries for East Knox. They had gone cold.
But I can't remember the last time. Sorry, I'm staying on WCAL for a little bit, but I can't remember the last time we've seen Chippewa in the conversation like they have been this year.
Yeah, I know that their girls program was almost top of the state there for many years, way back in the, I believe Denny.
Strebe, no good on the 3. Tucker, offensive rebound. And Smith left wide open, maybe too open, thought about it too much. Bostic, elbow, jumper, swish. She's starting to take over here in this fourth. That's 4 straight points.
Yeah, between Strebe, Bostock, Jasmine Smith. There's a foul.
Bolt takes a beating there. First foul of the quarter. I don't think our mics are picking that up, but I wish they were. Got somebody right to our left.
Yeah.
Not too happy with the calls.
Yeah, all 3 calls tonight, you know. that one was one of the most obvious ones I think we've seen in a long time.
Halfway through this fourth quarter, looks like the Bulldogs may very well run away with another KMAC win. Ball finds the corner, high arcing 3. Jasmine Smith. And a steal, Strebe gives it right back.
It's hard keeping up with the stats when the ball goes back and forth like that, girls.
Bump, nearly with the bank. Polcati saves it inbounds. Irwin, back to Danny.
Trapped in the corner.
Yep, that's exactly what you needed to do if you're East Knox. Force a timeout out of Coach Balt.
Yeah, 21-point deficit.
But we showed this very briefly, so we'll show it one more time. But it's the KMAC standings. Centerburg, 12-3 overall, but in the league is what you're looking at in those parentheses. So Centerburg's already got just 1 game to go, and it's against Fredericktown. They apparently got that Saturday game in with Danville, so they must have played an early afternoon game before everything hit.
Yep.
And I know that Mount Gilead didn't do that in this game that we're making up today because of prior commitments from some of the athletes for Mount Gilead. But
Right.
Centerburg got that game in, so they've only got 1 to go, and it's against number 2 Fredericktown in the game that will likely decide the title.
Yeah, and that's be this Saturday, correct?
Yep, this Saturday night.
Yep.
So you've got those 2 at the top. Loudonville did a great job making things interesting towards the end, but you just look at the rest of the teams they have on their schedule. They're probably going to win out, but it's probably going to be in a second-place effort.
Yeah. So I think Centerburg went 1-1 versus Fredericktown.
Yeah.
And 0-2 against Loudonville.
Mm-hmm.
So if they ended up, it won't be a 3-way tie because Fredericktown Centerburg will play. So,
and I guess
who
Loudonville,
did
if
win
they
that
do,
first game?
well,
Centerburg, Fredericktown.
Fredericktown, that would have been Fredericktown. They beat Centerburg in that first game. But I guess if you're looking at Loudonville, it's they're playing with house money because no matter what happens, they're probably going to share the title.
Yep.
Because
like
it's looking like it's going to be a 3-loss team that takes home the title. So that win for Loudonville that we saw about a week ago against Centerburg, very decisive.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
made things really exciting.
And it was my first time seeing them play, and after that performance that we saw, I'm very glad that they're at least going to get a share. At least that's how it looks right now.
Yeah, they're certainly one of the top teams in the league, and deservedly so.
East Knox tried to leak out. Fawcett didn't see the basketball. Other way, Mount Gilead sets up. Corner 3 no good from Danny, and it's just been one of those games for her. And it continues here with 3 minutes to go here in the fourth. Bostic had an open lane. Maybe picked up the dribble too early. Nice save.
That was a good effort.
Strebe sees a lane, takes it. Fawcett steps in, waits for Molina. And a whistle.
She established her position, though. Look at that's a football call right there.
Yeah.
In
illegal,
basketball, all you got
to
do is get back with 1 foot, basically.
I don't know if I agree with that call. So it looked like Molina was all fully established back in the play.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they do call it out of bounds, and Mount Gilead benefits from that.
Yeah, it made it worse because he waited too long. He couldn't remember whether he was throwing a flag or just blowing a whistle.
It would have been more funny if I saw him reaching for the for the belt. And a 5-second call. Great job by Tucker, staying close to Bolt.
Yeah, 7th turnover, giving them 21 on the night. Is Mount Gilead only scoring 12 points to this point.
And now with that situation, Bolt probably just picked up her dribble a little bit too late because doesn't the 5 seconds reset once you pick up your dribble?
Not if there hasn't been movement, I don't believe. Got a foul call. All right.
We're going to see Mount Gilead take this to the bonus. Pressure will certainly amp up from MG.
Ooh.
2 players at the floor, now 3 as Fawcett loses it out of bounds.
Well, little lacrosse going on out there right now.
Coach LiUNA yells at the team, get back.
Ava Fawcett just laughing about it. So she's not hurt, which is a good thing.
East Knox taking themselves out of this press. It looks like they're just going to try to see some time tick, playing some good half-court defense.
Well, they may play a real aggressive man-to-man. Very impressive. Yeah. Very impressive.
And it's interesting because they played so well in that press, and you go away from it, and then you've got this to rely on.
Yeah, I think if I was them, I'd be pressing all game, that 2-2-1 fall back into a man, because they're both working so well for you.
Yep.
At least against this team for sure. But Mount Gilead is 2 for 19 this second half. No way to catch up in a game with those kind of shooting percentages. I think they'll do a little bit of weave action here, I'm sure.
Under 2 minutes. Nice catch. Steal in transition. Brandon starts the break, but then loses it out of bounds. So Livy Brandon getting some playing time late in this game. Was able to get the steal, just could not result in points.
Ooh, tried to go behind the back.
Oh, and a big shove as Danny was trying to leak out. So Fawcett picks up the foul, goes up to help Pocati.
Not sure how many points Pocati's got this game, but it's, well, the whole team's few and far between.
Yeah. And in fact, if you're looking at quarter-by-quarter scoring, Mount Gilead has not scored in this fourth.
6.5 minutes in.
Trying to change that there. Kylie Whipple.
Nice
I said it for
rebound.
you, Mount Gilead fans. Fawcett extra pass, Stevens.
And pushed from behind. This will be our first free throws of the second half.
Oh, yeah. You were wondering, usually late stage, game slows down a little bit. That has not been the case here.
We're trying to break that record.
Started, tip-off was at 6:04, if I can remember. So we're sitting about an hour 5, hour 6 minutes. Stevens splits the pair.
That's a nice looking free throw right there.
Danny, another wild take. Strebe ends up catching the ball in a pretty nice spot. Takes it in transition. No good. Lily's putback also no. And then her third try is blocked. A little bit of ping pong action between these two teams now with 55 seconds left.
No, Coach Bald, I don't know if I'd be fouling on purpose. At this point in time, down by 20, 40 seconds to go.
Well, Bailey picks up the foul. Looked like just a reach in on the baseline drive.
That's her third foul. Bonus 2 more. I think what I'd do is I'd just fall back in like a 2-3 or just a passive man-to-man and just let the time click here. Been a rough night at the office, 34-14.
Certainly a recipe for disaster when Mount Gilead, I don't know how much practice time they got this week. Now you could say the same for East Knox, but just this whole shift of basically towards the end of the season, missing so much time, being out of school.
Yeah, everybody's schedule's off right about now.
I wonder how that's going to trickle into the postseason. I think it might.
It may, because we're only a couple, 3 weeks away, right?
Yeah. Especially for the girls. The girls' postseason comes a week earlier than the boys, so they're going to have to regroup quickly. Lob in. Lily, freshman, falls to the floor. Tie up with 15.8.
8-2 here in the fourth quarter in favor of East Knox.
4-low look. Paisley rises up, no good. Stevens blocked on her try, gets another rebound. Out to the top, and Streby's going to end it just with some dribble moves. So East Knox storms into Mount Gilead, the reservation. And it's a fruitful visit, great road trip. And the Bulldogs now win it 34-14. They move their league record to 5-8. And that's our 7th win of the season. We'll take a break, come back. Your MVP is Jasmine Smith. She'll join us upstairs coming up on the OH Report.
At the Killbuck Savings Bank, you can expect great products and service from a fellow Knox County Chamber member. Now offering premier card processing solutions and services, ensuring the business owners understand their credit card processing fees. We have a wide selection of card processing solutions that provide lower fees, faster payment, additional security, exceptional marketing features, and help to improve your business operations and customer experience.
I'm Joe Baylog. Tune into the Joe Show every Wednesday night here on the OH Report.
What are we doing? Blue 41, hut. Jory, I said you have to use your back. You back up into them, then you open up the lane. It's a new technique that we're using.
Yes, coach. Do it again? Again. Ain't no way I'm doing that again.
Brody, get in here and show them how it's done.
Yes, coach.
Time now for your Laborers Local MVP, and we're back in the swing of things here from Mount Gilead, but East Knox comes out with the win. They sweep Mount Gilead here, and they do it on the road. And Jasmine, great job today finishing up with 15 points. Just tell me about this experience. I mean, you guys basically have a whole week off without school. You come in, not too many practices under your belt. In fact, how many practices did you even have?
A couple, maybe 2 or 3, I think. Maybe.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a little bit warmer
Yeah.
coming in than I expected coming up. But I mean, you missed so many days of school. Here you are against Mount Gilead, and what did it take to get a win today?
We were itching for a win. We've been on like a little losing streak, so we wanted this win, I think.
Yeah, for sure. So you come in, break that 4-game losing streak, as you said. What's it going to mean for the rest of the season? Of course, the KMAC race coming to a close, but the postseason's quickly approaching, and you're going to have a lot of big games coming up.
Mm-hmm. These are definitely important games because tournament play is coming up. So, yeah.
All right, Jasmine, shout out a couple of teammates. I mean, you guys did a good job working together, getting this win. Of course, a lower scoring affair. What did they do to help?
Our defense. I think we really stepped it up on defense tonight.
Defense? Anything else you can think of?
Not really.
No? Well, shout out. How about your coach? I know that it's his first year with the program, and you guys really kind of embraced him. What has he meant for this group?
A lot. He's meant a lot for us.
All right. Well, congratulations to you. And you're going to go and head on out. Early start to this one. Able to get back a little bit sooner. Go and take a look at that camera. Give any more shout-outs you want.
Shout out to my family and friends that are watching and that are here. Shout out to my teammates and my coaches.
All right, Jasmine Smith. Congratulations. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
At Knox Community Hospital, your primary care physician is more than someone who delivers your test results, more than someone who writes prescriptions, more than someone who listens to your heart. We are your healthcare partner who takes the time to know you, listen to your concerns, and provide you with expert personalized care to make and keep you well. Because to us, you're more than just numbers on a chart. You're a neighbor and a friend. Knox Community Hospital, in the community, for the community.
time for your post-game show presented to you by Morrow County Jobs and Family Services. Jonathon Langdon alongside Cray Falde, 34-14 is your final. And I mean, both teams looking for footing after a couple of days off, and East Knox found it first.
Yeah, absolutely. Got off to a little bit of a slow start there. I think it was about 8-8 or 8-6, something like that. But from that point on, they only gave up 6 more points the rest of the game. So they had their defense, East Knox defense, was outstanding. Both the 2-2-1 full court press, dropping back into that aggressive man-to-man. I don't know how many we talked about it many times during the game. Those deflections were amazing, but they held Mount Gilead to 6 of 35 shooting, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, so you look at both of these teams. Of course, Mount Gilead now slides to 5 straight losses. However, they will bounce back hopefully soon enough. They were supposed to play Crestline earlier in the week. That was actually supposed to be yesterday that we were supposed to be here. That, of course, has been canceled. So the next game on the schedule is actually Cardington coming up on Saturday, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast.
Yeah, I can imagine this will be a whole different ball game when we come back on Saturday night. So it'll be kind of fun to watch. Cardington with they've only got, 4 wins in the league too as well. So good chance for Mount Gilead to bounce back. There's no way we're going to come here and watch them shoot 6 for 35 again. I just think there's a lot of rust, a lot of frustration, and East Knox plays a great brand of man-to-man defense.
And they also didn't get to the line as much. In fact, not at all there in that second half. Just not able to draw too many fouls on East Knox. It was just a very disciplined game across the board from these Bulldogs, and you're seeing that in these stats here.
Yeah, 0 for 4 for total free throws, and only 6 free throws for East Knox as well. So one of the cleaner games that we've seen, and officials let them play. It got a little rough there at the end, but nobody got hurt, and everything's just fine.
And this broadcast hitting about an hour, 25 minutes. So very quick proceedings here today, but you see the final score. We're all set to go, and then I'll just go ahead and show this one final time. The next upcoming girls basketball broadcast, Mansfield Christian at Lucas on Saturday. And then you and I, Cray, will be right back here as we talked about Cardington taking on Mount Gilead. Going to be a very busy couple of weeks for Jack Balt, the AD for Mount Gilead, as he's already getting packed up here and ready to go, as everybody's ready to go very early tonight and enjoy a nice night of sleep, as we will as well.
Yeah, beat the cold temperature, everybody get home safely and be warm.
Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the OH Report. Jonathon Langdon alongside Cray Falde. Your camera operator today is Dylan Farrell, who has the shortest drive of them all here today.
Yeah, lucky man, man.
Absolutely. I'll be making the 40-minute trek back down home, but we'll be right back here on Saturday. Thanks to our sponsors also flying through your screen one final time. Have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and also looking forward to finishing off this KMAC race with you this weekend as well.